This is round number 2. Look, Chicago Open, 2022. So Twitch say hi to YouTube. YouTube say hi to Twitch. You already know, guys. It's another one. So this is round 2. I'm playing Troy Kavanaugh. And this one is called Escape Artist number 2. Escape Artist number 2. Right. So I already had an Escape Artist number 1. This is Escape Artist number 2. So I'm playing a National Master here. He's National Master Troy Kavanaugh. He's strong and he's a master. So all right, let's go over it. Old English. Yeah, what's up? Miser, what's good? Okay, so E4. I go C5, right? I'm hitting with C5. Knight of 3, D6. I'm like, oh, I'll go Najdorf. I was feeling like I want to fight, right? So D4. Takes. Knight F6, Knight C3. A6, and then here he goes, guys. He goes with this move right here. A3. I'm thinking to myself, bro, what is this? Bruh. Bro, what is this? Bruh. Bro, what is this? Now, does anyone have anything on this? Does anyone know anything about the A3? And I'm going to give you some knowledge on it, but does anyone know about the A3 Sicilian? Or sorry, the A3, I guess, Najdorf, I would say. What do you know about this A3? Sack the knight to win the rook? Okay, I mean, you can. Or maybe, I was thinking, actually, exchange sacrifice. Never seen it, says Chess Optic. Okay, that's interesting. Yo, what up? What up, Jared Potato? What's good? Okay, so after A3, I played the E5 move. Well, casting kingside, yeah. And casting kingside is obviously, you know, something we want to do. We want to play stuff like Queen C7 and B5. But after A3, Magnus is an A3 player. So weirdly enough, Magnus actually has some very, very crushing wins with this A3 line. And, you know, it's very annoying and it's strange. And idea is like, you know, just, it's a weighty move, in fact, what it is. Like, you really don't want to go B4, but you also can go B4, and it's a weighty move. So I go E5. He goes Knight F5, and then what do you think you do in this position right here? This is a thinker, like, for real. What do you think you do? What y'all thinking, chat? What do you think you do here? Right, the knight's on F5. Weird, right? Very weird knight on F5. You know, and really here, I've like never ever seen. I mean, I think I have seen this once before. I'm not gonna lie, like I have, but I haven't played against it. So I'm like, knight F5, okay, whatever. Snap it off with the bishop. Take it, kill it. D5 is not an immediate threat. Take the knight. Okay. Knight takes C4. Okay. Got it. Got it. Take the knight. All right. So here, check this out. Check this out. So what I'm supposed to play is D5. Bruh. And the idea here is obviously if you take, you know, you block him with your whole face there, like, you know, GG, right? Like it doesn't work. So that's the whole idea. D5. But also, I think there's a move like Bishop G5, and then you go D4. Right, and this is just strange. Like, this is a very strange position. Knight D5 obviously loses material. And it's like this. It's a strange Najdorf. I could snap this off, but like there's so many pawns there. What is going on? I don't know. And I don't remember this. And I was like, I'm not going to do this. Bishop takes F5. I'm not a big fan of like giving this up like this. And I don't even know really what to do next. I could play D5, but like I just gave it the bishop here. Like I don't really know. I'm sure I can play this, but whatever. What I chose what I chose is I mean, okay, practically thanks for that brain fuel there, somebody. So practically, you know, sack first, think later. Shout out to Grandfather Tao. I play knight takes E4. Knight takes E4. And like this is awesome. Right? And it's in my eyes, right? I know he's gonna take on G7. And this is the position I get in my head, right? Knight takes G7. I'm like, oh yeah, I knew this. I already saw this. Bishop takes, knight takes, and then what do you play as black here? What do you play as black, chat? Now, I got 2 bishops. Look at this position. I got 2 bishops, and I got the center. I mean, this is like nice. This is great, right? Another one. Thanks for the 2 months there. Appreciate you. Frank Quizlet. frequency. Queen A5 and E4. D5 with tempo. Check with his 9, okay. So look. D5, right? Easy. Bro, I'm basically winning out the opening. I'm like, let's go. This is an easy one. Like, hear me up with the master. I'm like, yo, this is an easy one. Because if he go bishop G5, he loses a piece, right? Like I just play F6. Yeah, I know fine go tripping and everything, but I just play F6 and I get a piece, right? So he can't go bishop G5. Perfect. Excellent. So I play D5. I'll wait for him to move. And then he goes bishop G5. At this point, I'm like, bro, this man is either has lost his mind or I'm in a lot of trouble. Bruh. So I played F6. And then he played Queen H5 check. And I'm like, bro, I could have swore like I'm fine here. Literally, I'm like, okay, you got this piece hanging. You got this piece hanging. Cool. I go King E7. And then as soon as I move, I spot the move. Bruh. That's probably the scariest thing ever, is when you spot the move after you move, right? That's probably, I mean, really, it's so like, oh my goodness. Can you spot the move? Can you spot the move, chat? Can you spot the move? Never ever I'll be in this position again. I will tell you that. But man, believe it or not, it's equal right now. But this is very, very strange. And you got to find the move. I hate when it happens. Yeah, this is ooh, spicy stuff here. Knight takes F6. Well, that doesn't work, unfortunately. Castling queenside is not the move either. In fact, the move that's very scary here is bishop to E3. And he played it. He played it. And I was like, oh, snap. I was like, yo, bro. Oh, snap. He can't. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. If I take this knight, have a good night. Bruh. Night. Bruh. It's not going to be a good night. Bruh. After pawn takes, bishop C5 check, right? I mean, this is a wrap. I mean, this is a family channel. Like, we're not about to put this on the screen, but we have to. King E6, bishop C4 is disgusting. You go here, I mean, I castle on you. Just for content. Castling. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. So, you can't take tonight. Like, you just can't take tonight at all. In fact, right? You can't take the knight. So, if Queen G4, Bishop takes G4. Here you go. Yeah, get real close to the device. You listening on. Slap the back of your neck for me, please. Garbage. Thank you. So, after that, Bishop to E3, Bishop C5 is nasty. So, I have to play B6 or Knight D7. And like, it's so bad. It's really bad. So, I was like, okay, what do I do? So, I pushed the pawn. Like, wow. Bruh. At this point, I'm like, all right, cool. Concession. It's whatever. I'm not winning a piece. But my king is on E7. It's kind of strange. Luckily, I'm okay. So he goes bishop D2. Great move. He wants to go bishop B4 check. I immediately go knight C6. He goes bishop D3. Right? And then here, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what do I even do, bro? Where do I even put my pieces? So I go queen B6. Which is just not the move at all. I don't even know what this move does, bro. I think I was trying, my idea was really trying to do this. And walk the king to D8. Because I wanted my king to be on D8 at some point. So queen B6, he castles. I go bishop E6. He opens up the board with F4. F4, very scary stuff. Rook A to G8. Right, and then after F takes and knight takes E5. And we look at this position, bro. And the king is on E7. The king's on E7. This is a little scary. Let me actually back up too. In fact, there was some very scary shots. After f4, rook here. The engine says that the easy way out. Oh shoot, that's crazy. Wow. I mean, apparently that is winning. But I'm about to show y'all some very, very crazy tactics. We did reach 67 today on YouTube. Well, guys, on YouTube watching, we did reach 67 in Puzzle Rush Survival, the new high. And I'm going to show you a calculation what happened here, right? Pawn takes, knight takes, he checks me. I go king d8, so luckily queen b6 helped out. And now, watch this. I was looking at knight takes f6. I'm talking about some real calculating, guys. I'm about to show y'all what happened here. This didn't happen, but in my head, I was like, if knight takes f6, I have bishop takes f6. Obvious. If he takes with the rook, which is the move that makes sense, I can go rook. Oh, sorry, rook, not rook g3. Rook takes g3, or rook takes g2 check. Right, with the idea of if king takes g2, I was looking at bishop check, and this exposes the rook. So I'm able to do this, and I'm seeing this in my calculation. And then I'm like, okay, cool. So after rook takes, I see rook takes this way. But then I saw, what about king f1? If he tried to sidestep, right? What, guys, remember, do you remember the tactics theory, the series? Who remembers the tactics series? Jedi Russian tactics, right? I've been doing a lot of calculation work, you know, plug for the merch, always COE, Shop Canty merch, right? Okay, we go back to it. Right, not this one, but you see, black's a move, chat. It's on you. I mean, this is chaos. But I love to thrive in this type of chaos. Can you find the sequence of moves that I was prepared to play and go down this line? Anybody find it? I'm very curious to see how sharp you are right now, chat. I was able to find this in my calculations. This didn't show up on the board, but I was definitely ready to put this on the board if need be. In this position, what do you play? This is all in the head. Flexing the saber skills. Knight takes d3. Rook g5. Another one for knight takes d3. Check this one. Watch this. I noticed that the king is looking crazy in a way. It's kind of in a box. So I thought I could go rook here. This is the move right here. And then, what's the whole idea? Well, if queen takes e5, sorry, if not if queen takes e5, if moves like rook takes e6, for instance, which is strange. I mean, obviously, this is playable, but what happens is there's a mate right here, guys. Like, do you see that? Bruh. There's a mate. So I was prepared to throw this on the board. And then I'm like, okay, well, if he doesn't take the bishop, what if he takes this way? Well, I can hit him this way with rook g1, right? And if king to e2, right, this is not working because I have this check, right? And then after rook f2, I go bishop g4 check. And then after king to d2, I actually take, I mean, I can also play queen h6 check. All this calculating stuff. It's nuts what you have to calculate in your head sometimes, right? But after this, queen takes, rook check, he has king f2. I saw this check, and then king f3, walk the king up the board. I can play queen c6 check, bishop e4, and then bishop. This is important, because if you do this check, he runs away and he wins after king f4. I remember this. Bruh. Absolutely nuts, right? So queen c6 is the move, and then bishop e4. It's very important that this square is covered. Then I have bishop g4 check. I walk the king to f4. Rook check, and then king to g5. And here I couldn't remember what to do. So now I was looking at this in my head, and I'm like, if we get here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't know what to do. Let me see what the engine says. It's mate in 6. Wow. Bishop d1. Oh, bro, I was not gonna play that. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I think I have to play that because he takes. Wow, bishop d1, what a move. But I remember seeing a lot of this, guys. Like, there was so much going on in this position. It was nuts, right? All from right here. It stems from right here. And I'm like, cool. If he takes this pawn, it's a wrap, right? That's what I was thinking in my head. Also, what if he went the other way, right? It was this one. This is another cool one to show. And chess is so hard, right? If he goes king h1, right? I was thinking I'm going bishop d5, literally bishop d5, which almost mates, but of course he can play queen takes e5, which really kind of sucks there, to be honest. But there's a lot. I mean, it was a very, very scary situation, and it didn't happen. All that to say,
Bruh.
it didn't happen. But he played queen h4, so I'm like, cool, you know what? Now I'm like, do it again, bro. Like, try it now. Now it works. This one works. For instance, this one, if rook takes and then king takes, I have rook g8 check. And if king, oh, bro, this is nuts, right? Bishop d5. Let me show this again, guys. Let me slow down and show you this. This was another disgusting one. D Price is right. Good to see you. There were so many tactics here, it's ridiculous. And thanks for the hydrate there too, man. Let me take a sip of water because these calculations is a lot. Watch this. After knight takes f6, bishop takes, queen takes. In this position, I have the nasty move rook g2. Unbelievable. Not because of bishop check right now. It's because if you have to go rook check here. Rook check first. Because if you do this check, you lose because of king h3. Are you kidding me? This chess is ridiculous. So I remember that I had to go rook g8 check. And the bishop covers h3. If you go king f2, what do? Hit that man with the resign. Get him out of there, right? That's nasty. So, of course, he has to go king h1. And then this check is disgusting. Cutting off this bishop here, obvious move. Rook f3. I mean, give me everything, must go still, right? Or I could take the queen. And like, this is a wrap. This is a wrap, bro. This is a wrap. I saw all of this. I saw all of this. I saw all of this. So we went back, right? He didn't take it. So I go king c8. I go king c8. And then he goes bishop c5. Right? And I'm like, please take the pawn, bro. He didn't take it. So I go queen c6. He goes check. Right? And then king b8. And I'm starting to feel good. And then after queen takes d4, I notice that this man has jumped off the deep end. Somebody get him. That is not a move. That is not a move. Black to move. Black to move and win, chat. What is it?
Another one.
How are things going? Things are good, bro. This is round 2 of Chicago Open 2022. Doing analysis right now. Thanks for the 4 months, bro. Black to move and win, guys. Like literally like almost on the spot. Not checkmate, but a lot of material. Daniel, so what's up? Knight f3. I see a knight f3 check. Bishop h3. Bishop f8. Here it is, chat. This one I found quite quickly. I found this within like a minute. Because I was like, oh, all I need is you need like open lines for your pieces. So the move here is f5 and we live. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Send the stretcher, right? F5. I went from like, I mean, this is a real escape artist because going from this position, let's just come back to the game, right? Like, let me inform you of how we got here. Knight takes e4. Thought I was out here looking cool, but I was out here looking crazy, actually.
Bruh.
Like, looking crazy. This is not the way to play it. Not the way to play it. I'm out here looking absolutely crazy. So I get d4 in. I'm still equal somehow. Somehow holding on. Somehow literally holding this position down. I get my pieces active. I run my king to the other side of civilization, right? And then he just like, I'm able to get my king over. My pieces are placed ideally right. And then knight d6, I move out the way. He takes, I go f5 with the idea of knight f3 check. This is a problem. The queen has to stay here. Knight f3 check is huge. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. And watch this, right? Stuff like queen b4. Right, can easily be parried by knight takes d3. Oh my goodness, look at this move, guys. If he takes, I go bishop d4 check, and it's mate.
Bruh.
It's mate. It's a forced mate because of the rook. There was threats everywhere. I mean, this is one of the most tactical games I have ever played. But also, like I was losing. Like it was not. My king was in the middle of the street, in the beginning of the game. So like this was a very tactical game. There was tactics everywhere in this game when I got the pieces in the right squares, definitely. But man, what a game here. After f5, there's really like the real threat is knight f3. Your queen is about to hang. So he goes bishop a7. Tao will be proud. Yeah, shout out to Grandfather Tao. You know what I'm saying? One time from Grandfather Tao. You swindle him. Hey, look. Man, hey, look. Bishop a7, king c7. He goes queen c5 and realizes that it's an L. Knight takes d3 with the threat of bishop d4 check once again. Imagine if he takes here, I mean, it's even worse. Because now if he move the king, I can take the queen. The idea here is I can't take, obviously. But now I can take now. Beautiful. And if he takes, then it's mate on g2 once again. So he takes the queen. But this knight is hanging in the end. So at the end of the day, I actually won a piece. So that's why he didn't take back. If he takes back, I'm just up a clean piece. So he tried to make it complicated. Knight takes f5. And then I went the complicated route. In fact, instead of going bishop takes f5, I went to move number 2 on the engine. Which was, y'all ready for this, chat? Bishop d5. Yeah. When you find a good move, look for a better one. Says Emmanuel Lasker, right? So bishop d5. Right. Or Edward Lasker. I always messed that up. You know, E-Man Lasker. Whatever. Bishop d5. This is the move I play. With the idea of if he takes, I'm going to go bishop d4 anyway. Anyway. I don't care what he takes with. If he takes with the bishop, it's mate, right? It's mate after rook takes g2. Again, this is one of the most tactical games I ever played. So many tactics. Rook f3 or rook anywhere. And then bishop takes. This is a common mate that if you don't have in your arsenal of checkmates, you need to have. All right, this is a checkmate to know. So he has to take with the knight so he can block with the knight here. My idea was rook takes, move the rook back. When he goes knight f3, I take this way. And I was going to go and simplify. Yes, I gave him a piece back, but look at this position. Like, this is clearly I'm going to win this game. Like, this is a clear, you need to be, it's very hard to mess this up. Bruh. Like, it's very hard to mess this up for black. I'm also attacking this. So I was going to go for this to simplify things, make it easier. But he made a pretty nice move, which was knight e3. He didn't want any of that stuff. I took on b2. And then I play rook f8. And then we simplified, right? He took bishop c5. Takes. I play king c6. And he resigns. Bruh. And that's it. And I win the game. An escape artist. Like, I've had another game like this too. I don't remember what that escape artist one. That one was Grunfeld. Yeah. So the second one here, escape artist number 2, was a Najdorf. It's definitely the black pieces there. That was a crazy game. Absolutely nuts. And I was able to pull this game out from a losing position. Losing. Definitely losing. And this A3 line, if you're a Najdorf player, of course we're going to put this in the Najdorf playlist. You need to go get booked up or at least know what to do next time against this A3 one. Maybe even play E6. I mean, you can't play E5, but then you have to go down. You have to play D5. It's kind of crazy, but all right, cool. So we're going to keep the video short. As usual, this is round 2. Round 3 will be tomorrow. See y'all on the next one. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next video.